something that I've done for my birthday for many years, and I just kind of got away from that tradition, and so just kind of wanted to pick back up on that. Without further ado, let's get into this video. One thing that I wanted to mention during this video, so you all have seen my cake already, you all saw the orcas on it. One of the things that I wanted to do was to take a cruise to Alaska and go and see whales, to go whale watching and see some orcas. Most people know them as killer whales, and just kind of like see them in the wild. I've seen killer whales before, like, you know, when you got SeaWorld. So I've been to SeaWorld when I was much younger. You know, they have Shamu in a pool and Shamu splashes you. But I wanted to see killer whales in their natural environments, because, you know, it's very different when you see an animal that's captive and broken. And I wanted to see killer whales in their natural habitats, in their natural environments, thriving and, you know, living for the most part without any human interference. So a particular cause that I have supported for several years, within the past couple of years I just hadn't donated to them at all, and that's just due to different personal things that were going on with me at the time, that I either just was not able to donate, or my mind was kind of focused on other things and I didn't necessarily donate the past few years. But a tradition that I have had is to donate to the Whale Museum. And so they have this program where you can donate maybe $30 or so and you can adopt a whale. So just a few facts about these killer whales. Technically they're not whales, even though they're called killer whales. They're technically dolphins, and I kind of did a little bit of research just to find out exactly why. So the reason that they are classified as dolphins, because I've always known that they were classified as dolphins but never actually understood the kind of like the background or the reasoning why. And so the reason for that is because of the way that they communicate and the way that they interact with each other. Like, if you know anything about killer whales, matter of fact, if you've seen Free Willy, you see where you hear in the movie where Willie, he's making these cries out, which we assume is him trying to communicate and trying to reach out to his family who is still out there in the wild in the ocean. So that is one of the things that makes killer whales not actually whales but actually dolphins, because of the way that they communicate and interact with each other. They live in pods. So the Whale Museum is located in Friday Harbor, Washington, and just around that area they have 3 specific pods. They have the J pod, the K pod, and the L pod. These are families, like different killer whale groups. Mom, you want to join the video?
No.
You want to talk about killer whales?
No, I'm thinking about killer whales.
Okay, Mom, don't want to talk about killer whales.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Let's see how.
Well,
Okay, let's see
they live in 3 different pods: J pod, K pod, and L pod. And that's just kind of like the names that were created for them, so that they were able to label which whales are a part of which families. They live within family groups. One of the specific whales, she actually passed a few years ago, and she was like one of their much older females out of all 3 of the pods. So you have those specifically, which they stay within certain, you know, certain ranges, so they don't typically go too far away from what's considered home. But then you have whales that travel in between, which they are called transients. And they just kind of travel through the area, which is why they call it transients. They're actually, if you go and watch videos of killer whales, they're extremely smart. Like, they have ways of working together as a group for prey. So like, there's a video, which I can't recall, this video might have gone viral, but there was a particular video where there was a seal on a little block of ice, and you see the whales kind of creating currents on either side to kind of knock the seal off of the iceberg. and they were actually very successful in getting that particular seal. So they are very smart. They are very much, I would say, like apex predators. They even hunt sharks. So they're very, very, very smart. Horses are like my top animal. Pretty much everybody that knows me knows that horses are like my very top animal. However, something that a lot of people don't know is that my second favorite animal would be the killer whales and or orcas. Something that they do, they like to spy hop. So what spy hopping is they'll lift their heads up out of the water and they're able to see things around them, and it's called spy hopping. One of the ways that you can identify a specific killer whale is you can do it based on, but you can't really see that well in this picture, but you can identify them by their dorsal fin, because several different whales can have different shapes of dorsal fins. They also have different, they're called saddle patches behind their dorsal fin. They may have different markings in that area, which helps you to identify a specific killer whale. And so the specific whale that I adopted, let's see if they have, is Racer. So this is Racer's information right here. Oh, they do have a really nice picture in here, so I'm gonna show you all the nice picture that they sent as well. So this is the whale that I adopted. His name is Racer. He's from the L pod, and it's just got information about him. And on the back they just have like basic information like what do killer whales eat, how big do they get, how long do they live, why are they called JK and L pods. They've got that information in here. Do they have social structure? And actually this is an interesting fact which I didn't know. So on here it says, do we know who the fathers are? And it says that they do breed within their own pods based on biopsies that have been done, but they don't breed within their direct matriline. So basically like anybody that they're related to through their mother on the matriarch side of things, they do not typically breed with those individuals. Here is two killer whales right here. These are, they're from L pod. They're Mystic and Moonlight. They're brother and sister. Sent me a card. Let's see. And this I guess is kind of like a little bookmark. So I guess you could call this like an unboxing of my whale museum adoption packet. And then this here has genealogy information, and it's also kind of got outlines of like who's related to who and how on the back, kind of like a little family tree. Okay, so this is something different. This is about Pacific salmon. All right, so here is another picture of Racer, which as you all can see, he's got the typical markings of an orca, and that little white spot right there, you know, when I was much younger, I used to think that this was an eye, but their eyes are actually a lot smaller. And this is kind of like more like a trick, just to kind of trick prey into thinking that maybe they're looking elsewhere, but their eyes are actually, orca's eyes are actually really small. And that white spot is just like eye markings. It's just kind of like a distraction. Like if you look at Siberian tiger, they have the little white spots on the backs of their ears, so prey thinks that they're looking at them, but it's on the back of their head. Or if they have predators, anything that's looking at them, then they have that on the back of their heads. Going through a lot of different papers. So this is again a genealogy. This is the living and deceased whales from the L pod, front and back, and then just kind of different observations, probably like migration observations that have been made. May 22nd to June 22nd, they're going to be taking votes, and July 1st they're going to announce a winning name for this specific whale. I'm just going to link their website down below if anybody else is interested in donating to them. And then they got this little newsletter, and I know like previously what they would do, they would send you a electronic newsletter to your email, and it's got pictures. That's a nice picture right there. And then here's just information about adopting, about how much it costs and that kind of thing. So $35, you can do an individual membership, $60, you can do a family membership, or $70, you can do a classroom adoption. So information's in that newsletter. And then let's see what this is. So this is a lot of information. That's one of the things. Adult males dorsal fins are going to be taller than a female. And I got this patch, and that is all a part of the adoption kits the Whale Museum sent me. This is all a part of that. I know I'm sounding like a nerd right now. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm a straight up nerd. And a sticker says member on it. And they've got this magnet that you can put wherever. Let me put this up, and then I'm gonna open up a few little items that I received from them. I'm sorry, this video is like so long. I'm trying to make it short. I'm trying. It's just hard. I'm just an animal lover. And I know some people are probably like, well, you all are doing all this carrying on about cruise ships and that kind of thing. Well, don't cruises create waste? Yes, they create waste. However, something I did want to note, I did a little bit of research on. So the waste that comes from cruise ships is treated before it's put back into the water. And Disney actually has a A-. A lot of the other ships have either D's and F's. So Disney is doing very well in that department from what I have read and based on what I have researched. So I can still support whales and still go on a cruise, just not certain ones. Okay. So I really like scarves. I like kind of like light ones. So I wanted to support, and so I figured I would get this scarf right here, which this one's pretty light in color and pretty light as far as weight wise. It's not like a very thick scarf at all. So, and it's got blue in it. It's blue and it's got kind of like that aqua and turquoise color in it, which I really like. So got this, and also purchased a pair of earrings. It's really cute. So I look forward to wearing these at some point as well. So that is the end of this video. I'm sorry if it's longer. You know, I wanted to spend this birthday like last year. What I ended up doing was, you know, we got our stimulus checks around this time, and I ended up just kind of giving, by the time I was done, I literally gave my whole stimulus check away to 6 people on my Instagram page. I just did kind of like a giveaway type thing, and it was like very simple, you know, follow me and comment, follow and comment on a specific post that I put up, and I ended up giving 6 people some money and spending it that way. So this year I wanted to, things are in a different, kind of a different space at this point, and I wanted to kind of get back to my roots and give to the Whale Museum, because it's something that I've done for my birthday for many years, and I just kind of got away from that tradition. And so just kind of wanted to pick back up on that, and also just take time to appreciate and just kind of give to myself, because I feel like sometimes I do give a lot to other people, and so just kind of like time to celebrate me as a person, and just kind of do that this year. So anyway, that is the end of this video. For supporting, and I will see you all for the next video. Be safe and be healthy. I'm out.